casters and Hugh Hefner casters or Synth Hefner casters.
Synth Hefner up in the club.
Yeah, man, I had to let the ladies go early today. I'm all alone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's the deal?
Well, we got some synth news to talk about.
Oh, what have you been checking out?
So I went on to Anderton's Music today, and Jack had the dude from Roland on, and Roland just released a new aria. It's called was it the P6?
Aria, okay. Little sampler?
Yeah, it's a sampler, man. It's pretty cool.
Looks pretty cool. What's the deets? You know the deets?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff involved in it. Like, I don't know if you saw was it the SP? Is that the other one that they had? That had a whole bunch of deep dive stuff that goes on in it. I own some of the arias. I'm actually selling the J6 because it's sounds amazing, pain in the ass to program and stuff. Some people will probably say, "Oh, come on, Echo, that's not true," but I found it difficult to use. But the new one, the sampling in it is amazing, and I like the fact that you could sample in through a phone. It has a microphone built into it. It's got built-in effects. The effects sound great. It's got some cool stuff, Junkyard Dog, stop fighting.
The cool thing about those little rolling things, although I don't like them, right? But the cool thing about them is, I don't like them for me. But the cool thing about them is that they're pretty much giving you a huge friggin' production studio in the smallest piece of real estate ever.
Yeah, I mean, so here's what I did when I bought all three when they first came out. I kept the vocoder because and I'm going to do a video on that because it sounds awesome. I already did a video. I don't know how many freaking people liked it, but that doesn't matter. But it sounds amazing, and it's got a built-in looper. And I bought that. I bought. What are you laughing at, bro?
I'm laughing at the Duke of Puke.
Duke Atroids.
Yeah.
Douchebag glasses on the right.
The Duke of Puke's giving me style tips? I don't think so.
Anyway, so I bought all three. And I got the T8, the vocoder, and I got the J6. And I bought a case for Volcas. It's a little Volca case. It's cool, and they fit right in there. What I was gonna do, because they have a lithium battery in them, you charge them up, dude, and they last forever. I mean, I've had the thing in a box and it's still charged.
That's pretty cool.
So I bought that case because I was like, you know what, man? During my free time at work, like maybe I'll take them in and I'll set them up and plug them in because they all link together like Volcas. And I was just gonna sit there and jam out, And I thought, after a while, I'm like, the case is like, it's like, well, you can't see it, but it's like this big, right? It's got a shoulder strap and stuff, and I'm like, am I really gonna do that?
Hold on. What case is this?
So it's a case that is made for Volcas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're the same size almost. They're thinner than the Volca, but they sit right inside these little cutout pockets that are in there.
How many Volcas you got?
What's that?
How many Volcas do you have?
I got 5.
Which ones?
I got the drum machine, the bass, the synth, the FM, which I might break out again. The FM's cool, man. It's got some cool stuff.
FM's awesome. Why don't you do, man, when you're planning on doing this whole studio overhaul, and I think if you think about it, you can build a little Volca station off to the side. You could do your friggin' pedal wall, which would be friggin' awesome. Then do like spaceship that you're actually like your main zone,
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because I have by KM. He changed the name, but KM. I forget it was KMH or KM Stands. He made the first real Volca stands, and it's like a little rack.
Yeah.
So I still have that. I put it away. I put all the Volcas away. I put that away. And I was thinking of it, man. Oh, he's got the flower power on today. Nice.
Douchebag shades and douchebag shoes.
But yeah, I was thinking about because I had them all set up at one time, and it was like a little modular system, and that's when I did have the Pittsburgh modular connected to those too. Um, so it would be nice to set everything up like that. But what I was thinking is setting those up and connecting them to the Wasp cat module thing that I have, the rack. I think that would be cool.
That would be sweet, big time sweet.
I mean,
And,
technically,
and if you had a huge cord that you could run those into the pedal wall, it'd be nuts.
oh yeah, dude, I have so many freaking cables. It's not even. I have cables that are. You know what? I went on a cable buying spree one time, and I just bought cables. My favorite cables to use are Roland Blacks. They're called, and they also make MIDI cables like that. And they're like my favorite cables. They're super solid. They're dead quiet. They're a little expensive. They're almost up there with, I won't say Mogami. To me, Mogami cables are just ridiculously priced. But Monster cables were priced back in the day really high too. So, but yeah, I buy them. I get Roland ones. They're nice. They're nice cables.
I don't know what good cables are. The only friggin' cables I buy are the ones on Amazon, Hosa or something.
Hosa cables are good cables. Hosa's come a long way, dude. I actually met the Hosa rep at NAM, and he sent me a box of free stuff.
They
And
seem fine to me, man.
yeah, they're good cables. They're solid. I got a bunch of Hosa cables that I use. They
Did
come a
you
long way. They used to be real cheap cables, but they're actually really decent cables.
did you see Miles Away TE05, OB6, and OBX8 video yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at that. I did look at the what was it, the code. Um you
Oh, the code by Studio Electronics.
Yeah. That
That's
thing,
nuts.
that's a beast, dude.
Yeah, Synthpunk said that's probably going to come in around 5 grand.
Yeah, easily. Because don't they make the Decker's Dream too?
I don't know if they make that. I know they do like a mini mode clone. I can't remember what it's called. Synthpunk probably knows what it's called, but um, it's pretty crazy. But 5 grand. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's all hand built. That's one of the things, and they are.
In America, is it?
I don't know. I know they're a small company. They're not a very big company. Um, but yeah, they make cool stuff. I mean, didn't they? They made the SEO too, didn't they? I had one of those.
Yeah, they partnered with the SEO2, which Roland should have done in a bigger form, and it would have been a super hit. You know?
I owned it. It sounds freaking amazing, dude, and it's all analog,
Yeah.
but the knobs bug the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, but see, that's the same thing they're doing with those little things that you're talking about, the sampler and the chord, the J6, and all those little boxes. The knobs are tiny.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, well, the J06, the one that I'm selling,
Yeah.
had sliders. And that because it was like a Juno. That thing sounds amazing. It's just, I want the big guy. I want the real deal.
I feel like those things are just like the gateway drugs to get into synthesizers to kind of like uh, slowly bring the new generation in, right?
I don't know. I mean, what I like about them is space.
Yeah,
They,
space.
they
Or if you live in like you live in one of those psychotic cities and you got to live in a 4x4 apartment, you don't have room to get big synths.
Yeah, and also like because you can like a lot of people will take the boutiques and they line them up like a rack system, like a modular system. They sound great, man. There's no question. I had the JP too, the Jupiter version, but again, the I got big hands, man, and those little knobs were just like too much for me. I was laughing as I was messing around with the Hydra. I said, "Wow, these knobs are freaking huge." You know what I mean? And they
Big,
feel good. You
big,
know?
big, big, fat rubber knobs.
Yeah, they feel great.
The
You know,
Hydrasynth. After contemplating this for a long time now, the Hydrasynth is by far the best synthesizer on the market right now for price, build quality, sound,
yeah.
versatility. It just is, and it's Chinese. And guess what? China has the best synthesizer on the market now for price, build quality, sound ratio by far.
But let's let's hope that ASM doesn't go anywhere because let's hope that they just they just blew their what and that's it from them. Let's hope they come out with something else, man. Um,
Nuts Harry,
Nuts,
what's up, baby?
nuts, Harry. All right, how's it going, bro?
Y'all heard of Suggin? Haven't heard of Suggin, but have you heard of Suggin? Um,
And what is that?
I don't know. I got a feeling it's a trick. But
Look at these nuts.
yeah, dude, you
Uh,
sniff that out from miles away.
we get, we
But
get. Are we getting punked here or what?
speaking of miles away, I gotta say, man, I think that Miles Away is an absolute friggin' superstar. The
I,
fact,
ha- I haven't watched enough of his
dude,
videos.
just watch the video from today alone. He's an absolute superstar. He's very very knowledgeable. He can play. He's got albums out. He's got pretty much all the best synthesizers. He got preset packs. So not only is he a sound designer, he's a musician. He's a demo artist. His video quality is amazing. Everything is perfect. And he did today the only video I found so far where they're doing the TE05, the OB6, and the OBX8, and he does an amazing comparison. And to be honest with you, brother, guess what? The TE05 wins. The TE05 is the only one with the modulation matrix. It's got pretty much. It's you're not going to really find that big a difference of sound. You will from 8 voices to 5 voices. There'll be a difference, but as far as just an awesome synthesizer with price sound ratio and modulation ability, you can't beat it for the other two. The other two are $5,000, and what's the OB6? That's got to be what, 35 or something?
The OB6.
Keyboard.
Oh, the keyboard is like
Yeah,
8.
OB6 keyboard. Okay, so you got 5,000, 8,000, then you got 1,400, and the TE05 holds its own, and he does a great demo. He plays some patches. He goes through the init sounds. He goes through the different volume levels because apparently the OB6 has a different volume level on it because it's got a different kind of mixer in it or something like that. He was saying. But anyways, I just wanted to say I think that Miles Away is an absolute superstar, and he deserves tons of credit just for being a super pro, man. I don't
I'm gonna,
know. I kind of
I'm gonna
like him.
check it out. I like the TE05, and we had this discussion last night with Junkyard and AKA Synth Punk, and he doesn't like it. I think it sounds great. I
What?
wish they made it more than I wish they made it like an 8 note, but you know 8 note.
TE05 8 note. You plug it into your MIDI key. You plug it into your Polyphonic Aftertouch Hydra Synth or your Expressive E Osmos or your Rev 2, and then
Well, what hesitation in that name, huh?
I told you, man. I told you. I told you I was going to get the Rev 2 module, but
Yeah, I mean the prices last night that we were looking at for a used one isn't that's not too bad, dude. That's pretty good actually for the 16 voice. What was it like? It was 1100 or something like that. You know.
John, John Smith wants to know if King Bomber wants to know what the heck this channel is all about, and John Smith says any chance ASM will make a system with analog filters. I think that that's kind of an interesting idea, but to be honest with you, I don't think the Hydrosynth needs analog filters. To be
I,
blatantly honest, I don't know. They could, but why?
I don't think they would. I think they're a digital company. I think
Yeah.
their whole yeah, and the guy there, what's his name? He's the guy who did ASM. He did what else did he do? He used to work for Emu.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's legit. And I think they're going to go Hydro Drum. I think the next evolution is a Hydro Drum to build a fully digital drum machine that's got insane capability, wavetables, all these digital samples in there that are nuts. I think a Hydro Drum would be crazy.
yeah, it's just really weird. They're very quiet right now,
You know,
and
shit.
I don't know, because I know they're a Taiwanese company, right? So I don't
Chinese.
know if they're dealing with
Or Hong Kong. Hong Kong, I think it is, isn't it?
is it Hong Kong? I don't know if they're dealing with the.
Somewhere, it's all China, dude. Listen, it's all China.
Yeah,
Taiwan
but a
is
lot of
China,
those.
Hong Kong is China, and China's China.
Yeah, but a lot of those guys, unfortunately, are dealing with the Chinese politics, which kind of puts a damper on them. That's like the Russian companies. Why they all died was because Russia's such a tool bag country. Um,
It's amazing. Enough of this American propaganda.
I'm not trying to be a propagandist. I'm just saying they really don't allow their people to do much, and they expect if they do, they expect to take a good chunk of what they do. Which sucks. But I mean, I've never been to China. I've never been to.
China,
Um,
China's amazing. Everything you heard about is bullshit, and it's probably one of the greatest countries on earth. They've been
my
here
sister,
for thousands of years. America's only been here for hundreds. And
my sister's been to China. She said it
yeah,
was awesome. She
China,
said it was beautiful.
about what's going on there is bullshit.
They don't go to like, well, my sister goes away too. They don't go to like tourist places. They go on
Yeah,
their own.
but some of the stuff there obviously is bad. But if you point out everything that's bad,
Well,
if
dude,
you
that's anywhere.
look at America, look at Canada, look at England. There's all bad crap everywhere. So I don't know. I think China's legit. But back to the ASM. ASM Hydrosynth's the best. Hydrodrum's coming. They got to
But,
do it. It's the only logical progression because they can't make another synthesizer.
but like I said, they've been very quiet. And they like I said, they kind of blew their load,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. And I've gone on their website, several times to look at news to see if they're doing anything different, to see if they're coming out with something. And there's nothing, man.
They're tight-lipped. Sequential's tight-lipped, and Novation's tight-lipped. Uh, Moog is loose lips. Moog's got the loosest lips of anybody. Behringer doesn't have lips, just an open mouth. They let you know all the time what's going
Yeah,
on.
that's true. Behringer's like
It's
the
like, ah.
Behringer's just like they're like the Putana Mias of the synth companies,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. But I got a feeling that Behringer's going to have some news soon, and Novation's going to have some news soon, and Sequential's probably a year out at least before they got anything coming.
Well, I mean, Novation, they've been around a long time. They're owned now by they're owned by Focusrite, or Focusrite owns them, or
What, Sequential?
no, Novation. There's a so under that umbrella, there's Novation, Adams Audio. Um, oh my God, who else? There's a whole bunch of companies
Yeah.
underneath that.
Oberheim, Sequential,
Oberheim.
and Adams Audio. I wonder who else is under there.
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of them, but I mean, I don't see Novation going anywhere. I think they'll come out with. They always come out with
No,
something.
they got a new polysynth coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got a new polysynth coming.
Um, so I mean, they're cool. It's funny. We never talk about Novation. We never mention them. We never like explore them. And I've played some of their stuff, but never really like wanted one. Like I never. It's kind of like the Hydrosynth was with me. I never really wanted a Hydrosynth until I got my hands on it and realized how awesome it was.
The only
Uh,
thing annoying about the Hydrosynth is no sequencer. Although it's got that LFO sequencer, you can kind of jimmy rig in there, but it's annoying it doesn't have a sequencer.
yeah, I
I
mean,
like
maybe
having
maybe
stuff.
that's the next step for them.
A sequencer or something. I
But
don't know.
the arpeggiator is super
Yeah,
powerful, dude.
arpeggiator's nuts. But I
Yeah,
said video, you can do a sequence using the 5 LFOs,
yeah.
but I haven't really played around with that yet.
Or you could just hook it up to like the Korg. Was it the SQ1 or something? I think it's called the little Korg sequencer. I have one of those. I also have the Arturia sequencer. It's not a key step. I forget what it's called. I have one of those too. Maybe I'll hook it up and try it out and see what happens.
I had 2 hamburgers last night with cheese, baby, right before the show.
Really?
Yeah. Well, who got the best burger? Who got the best burger that you know about in New England?
That's a tough one. There's a place in Boston that makes a serious hamburger, and I don't remember the name of it. Um, it's a small little dump.
Really? It's good
Yeah.
though.
Huh?
Good though.
Oh my God.
Ugh, I love hamburgers,
Talking
bro.
about cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I love hamburgers and
I
cheeseburgers.
do too. We just went from
Love them.
synths to
Absolutely love
cheeseburgers,
them.
man. What the fuck? What does it say? What do you guys think about cheeseburgers? Yeah, I like cheeseburgers, man. I don't know. Like, what is this channel about right now exactly?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess in this time of day, you know, it pops up live when you go live together and go vertical. Then it gets thrown out to tons of people that it doesn't usually go to. So
I mean,
That's why you.
the only legit question we got was from John Smith.
What'd he say?
He asked about ASM making it with making their synths with the analog filters.
I mean, someone said the other day, do you think ASM will partner with what's the company they said? They said they should do a partnership, and I was like, you know who should do a partnership? ASM and Behringer. Imagine Behringer released a Hydrasynth clone.
No,
Problem is, ASM released it for such a price that cloning it is almost impossible because you can't really beat that price.
dude, Behringer needs to stop cloning.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
I
a
think
I'm
it's
a Behringer boy. I like Behringers. I'm a bro,
yeah,
but I
me
just
too.
think Behringer needs to stop cloning. I think they've pushed the envelope on cloning, and they should really focus on building their own synthesizer. Because I know if they do, they're going to come out with something spectacular.
Dude, they're going to get all the milk out of the cow before they make a burger, all right? So they're just getting the last drop of milk out of that cow, and then they're moving on. They're going to drop the either the DeepMind Mark II or their new flagship original polysynth, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing.
I hope so.
It's going to blow everybody's mind so friggin' bad that no matter how much you hate Behringer, you're going to have to love this synthesizer because it's going to be at such a price point. It's going to have so much under the hood, and it's going to have sound so amazing because they're after building up the greatest amount of knowledge possible from all the work they've done. They're bringing in the best R&D. They're bringing in people on NDAs that are working there that are absolute legends in synthesizer, music, electronic industry, and they're not saying nothing about it. And the future for them is going to be absolutely mind blowing. Not only that, they're partnering with Guitar Center, they're partnering with Thomann. They're literally getting ready to take over everything. And then they're going to buy in music. Mark my words today. What's the date, baby? 9/12?
Yes, sir.
Watch it. In music will be bought by Music Tribe. Mark my words. And Moog will be under Music Tribe. You watch.
I don't know, man. In music's
You
a
watch.
pretty big company.
Okay, if this happens, you have to buy me a synthesizer of my choice under $1,000.
No. I'll just give you one of mine.
All right. Fair enough.
No, we said something a while back, dude. Like we talked about Behringer when they came out with the vintage software, and we were both like, why don't they just build this? And everybody was like, oh, you can't make a touch screen that big. That's bullshit. You can. Companies have done it. So,
Yeah. If anybody who thinks you can't make a touch screen that big doesn't have a clue what is going on planet Earth at all, because there's touch screens right now that are probably the size of a giant building wall
yeah.
in certain underground bunkers around the world, 13 to 14 levels deep. There's touch screens that are about, I'd say, 16 feet high and about 45 feet across.
Well, I mean, there's already touch screens that are out there that I mean, news companies use them.
Bro,
But
they're implanting monkeys with chips that can move the cursor with their brain right now.
but the touch
So,
screen for this synthesizer, it would only be like this big. I mean,
yeah,
it,
exactly.
it doesn't need to be huge. And
What are these crazy people never been to a casino before? They've never played a video
exactly,
lottery. Never played a slot machine. Think you can't make a touch screen? Look at the friggin' MPC.
dude, look at the iPad. Look at the
Yeah,
Phantom. Look at
yeah. Samsung.
it's like it's out there. I don't know. It might be a cost thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's boomer fog.
The Seabone 1979 says I wouldn't call it cloning since that would mean it's one for one. They always add additional features and improvements, so it's never just a clone. That's true.
Has Behringer actually used the word clone? Because I always feel like they should say inspired by. I feel like if they changed the linguistics and said the STX inspired by the Elka and designed with some of the original makers, the UBXA inspired by the OBXA, like if the LM drum inspired by the Lin drum. If they stop using the clone and then they also kind of change the colors a little bit, but I went trolling the forums the other day, man, and people were just like, "Thank you, Behringer, so much for making synthesizers affordable that are vintage that I've always wanted or I had and I sold and I can't get back. And thank you for just allowing me to get my hands back on this clone," is what they're saying. But
No, dude, I feel the exact same way, Samurai. I feel the exact same way. I,
yeah,
I always wanted a wasp, but they were beyond out of my reach because they stopped making them. I have one now.
mm-hmm.
I always wanted a cat. Again, beyond my reach, too expensive, and they stopped making them. And I have one now.
Well,
And
don't take
people might
time.
say, but people might say, no, 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 that's not the real thing. It's like, well, it's real freaking close, man, because I played both of those synthesizers back in the day when they came out, and I'm satisfied with what Behringer has done.
Well,
So
that's always the friggin' that's always the tagline is it doesn't sound the same as the original. It's like, yeah, but it still sounds awesome.
yeah,
Like the Wasp sounds awesome. The Model D sounds awesome. The Neutron sounds awesome. The Monopoly sounds awesome.
dude, the Monopoly is an underrated synthesizer.
I think it's their most underrated, in
It
my
really
opinion.
is.
It's beautiful. It sounds amazing. It's got crazy friggin' modulation. It's wicked.
Yeah, it's a great synthesizer. I think they should have
Four voice.
really. I think they should have really more than the Poly. The Poly D is nice, and it does have different options on it and stuff. But I think the Monopoly is one of their most underrated synthesizers. I think it really shines. I
And they're coming with the Poly 8 too.
you proved that to me. I told you a while ago I wanted to buy one, and then the more I listened to what you do with it, I sat there and went, Jesus, man, this thing is a beast.
Yeah, I should do a proper demo on it with the pedals and stuff, and
Yeah,
just
that'd be awesome.
the pedals absolutely supercharge the thing. It turns it into a whole nother synth, obviously, but
Yeah,
it's
man.
fun, dude. Like you said, you can play chords, you can play pads, or not chords. You can play pads on it. You can get crazy bass. You can get sick leads, and it's very, very quick to do. It's got 4 oscillators. It's got what else it got? It's got the X mod.
Yeah.
It's got two LFOs? I can't even remember what it's got. It's got so much stuff.
Yeah, because it is almost exact to the T of the
It's
original.
friggin' built like a friggin' tank, too, dude. It's
I,
heavy as fine.
and I think, like I said, you should definitely do that. It would be cool to just see that synth in action by itself. I know there's a lot of videos out there of it. Daniel Fisher's video is amazing, um, but I would like to see what you could do with it because when
Yeah,
you run it
I'll
through
do.
those pedals that you have, it just sounds ridiculous.
I'll do a video. Someone said it's a glorified MIDI controller. Yeah, right.
What?
Listen, you go. I picked it up for $419 new on Sweetwater. If that's a glorified MIDI controller, then you know,
Edge Edge beats Edge beats its clone as a better machine according to so many Moog Bros. I got two of them, man. I had a DFAM.
the Edge is.
Behringer Edge blows it away.
I'm getting a Behringer Edge soon,
They're awesome.
real soon.
They really are. They're awesome.
I might already have it.
And it's funny because when I put the two together, it sounds like a labyrinth.
Uh, Labyrinth sucks. Watch that Moog Muse video with the Labyrinth I sent you?
No.
Okay, I sent you a Moog Muse video with the Labyrinth and the DFAM. It's a good video, but the Labyrinth sucks. So no one will ever convince me that's good.
Synth Seeker, what's up, man?
What's up, Synth? What's up, Synth Fun?
Synth Fun says that the DFAM sounds better.
No, it
Dude,
doesn't.
if I put them together and
And it's got.
side and I blindfolded you, you couldn't even tell the difference.
You would say the Edge sounds better,
I literally I've seen the demos.
and
I
you
owned it.
had and the DFAM doesn't have MIDI, so the Edge is actually just a better unit too. Besides sounding better, it's a better unit.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you, Synth Fun. It's literally I've had both of them, and I'm telling you, it's a better unit. It sounds better, and being able to hook it up through MIDI and it's just so much. Yeah, I get it. I used to hook mine up using CV. Whatever.
Yeah, we need. You know what? We need a comparison video. We need. Do you know anyone that you can get a DFAM off and do a comparison?
No, I know Mr. Cow Food has a DFAM, but
See if you'll send.
I like I said, I used to have one. I got rid of it. You know.
Yeah, and the Edge looks way cooler.
Yeah, the Edge is awesome. It's just,
Yeah, Edge.
and I'm not saying that because I like Behringer, but I mean, come on, man. How much is the Edge? It's 199,
Yeah, 199. Give me a break.
and the DFAM doesn't even have MIDI in it.
Damn, $700, no MIDI. Sounds equal or a little bit. I shouldn't say worse, but it doesn't sound as good. Synth Seeker says there's a new video for RMR showing how the labyrinth style sequences. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'll
But
check it out.
crap. So
Yeah, I
labyrinth crap. I haven't seen one video period that I was even remotely moved at all by the labyrinth. If anything, every video I watch of the labyrinth pisses me off. I'm just like, this is crazy.
Victor Koftron, what's up, man?
Yeah, I got to get back to work though, bro. So listen, I'll hit you up later on. You continue the show.
Yeah, man. No, I'm probably gonna blast myself. I got some stuff I got to do,
All right.
and I got to get out of this Synth Hefner robe.
All right, baby. Looking good, looking fresh. Everyone take it easy. I'll catch you later. I'm going to do an MPC video later.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll do MPC video. I might do it with the Ambient Zero.
Oh,
We'll see.
my Ambient Zero is supposed to be coming today,
Oh, shut the frig up.
so we'll see what happens.
Oh, bro, if it comes today, but you got to make a video, dude.
Oh,
Don't
I'm
screw
gonna.
around. Don't screw around. Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, guys. Thanks for joining. And we always say, what do we say, Samurai? All right. Stay frosty. Stay creative, guys. Peace out.